Copeland, I don't think you're balanced. And I thought, here we go again.
You've heard that a time or two.
He said, you're not supposed to be. You're a faith specialist. And don't you ever let anybody pull you off of that subject as the main line of your life. A faith specialist. So, of course, I began to study it. The ministry began January the 24th, 1967. I started preaching before that, but that's when Kenneth Copeland Ministries began. And your mother and I?
And me.
Yes. You were about that high. And I was 25 and she was 20 when we were married. And then later in 1962, both of us baptized in the Holy Ghost, speaking with other tongues. And then we realized later that that's the gateway to the supernatural. That opens the door. Anyway, faith kept coming up. So the Lord sent me up to the 6th floor. Who are you?
At Oral Roberts University.
Yes. The night before, $24,000 in debt. I don't want to do this. I just fell in the floor. I told Gloria, I said, I'm going to go in here and pray all night long. I don't know what to do. I just fell in the floor and I thought, I wonder if I'd be quiet, he'd say something to me. I mean, Kelly, it was almost over. Well, it's about time. Get on your feet. I stood there shaking like this. He said, I called you here. I'll take care of you here. They cannot make a minister out of you. I have already made a minister out of you. All they can do is train you. She said, what happened all night long? I said, well, I got my answer. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. So I went to orientation. To the 6th floor is Oral Roberts' office and Ron Smith and Dean Messick. And so I said, Mrs. Campbell, may I make a collect call? She said, yeah, dial 9. She's just going there. So, I called my dad. He said, where are you? I said, I'm in the registrar's office at ORU. Why? He said, Eddie Matthews came by. Now, Eddie Matthews was in the construction business. He didn't have any idea where on this planet I was. He said he dropped off a check and said, this is for Kenneth and his ministry.
I
said, how much is it? It paid for the first quarter and I had 15 cents left. So I said, okay. Gloria and I'll just buy a candy bar and go broke again. We walked out of the LRC, the Learning Resource Center, and the Lord arrested me. I mean, he stopped me out there. I ducked my head. He said, go up the 6th floor. This is what came out. I said, no, I can't do that. That's the Vatican up there. I can't go up there. I don't know where that came from. But I'm about to get my first faith lesson. I just didn't know it. So I punched 1st to 5th floor. Well, it was the library's the first year of ORU, but I didn't know that. And the Lord said, I said the 6th floor. Oh, I walked up to this woman. I said, my name's Kenneth Copeland. I'm a commercially rated pilot. And I just wrote, I understand this ministry uses aircraft and I need all the help I can get. She said, tell Dean Messick. So I told him, and he just grunted. I asked Richard later, did Dean Messick ever do anything but just grunt? He said, not while I was here. He was a good man. He was an elderly guy. He just didn't want to mess with me. He didn't care whether I could fly or not. I went through that twice. I turned around, and Oral Roberts was standing right behind me. I stuttered. He said, I'm Oral Roberts. I said, I'm Kenneth Copeland. He might as well have said, I'm God. It shocked me. Mm-hmm. And he said, I understand you're a commercially rated pilot. I said, yes, sir. Can you handle our airplane? Yes, sir. Well, I know it's going to be in the right seat, whatever it is. And he said, 2 weeks ago, now listen, 2 weeks ago I started to hire a new co-pilot. But the Spirit of God said, no, I have a student coming that's supposed to have the job. I sent you here, and I'll take care of you here.